Hello again everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon Challenge video. I'm Harry, or HZRC, and this time, can I beat Pokemon Shield only using the Alolan Starters? I hope everyone enjoyed the last challenge video where I beat Pokemon Shield as a Team Yell member. This time, I took the free Alolan Starters and set out to become the champion of Galar. Make sure to tell me what challenge you would like to see next down in the comments below. I chose to use the Alolan Starters because of you guys commenting it on the last challenge video. And also make sure to come join me on Discord where I'll be giving away the legendaries from this playthrough. Check it out in the link in the description below. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me, let's get into the challenge. Okay, as always, let's run through the rules quickly before we begin. Firstly, I can only use the Alolan Starters in battle and I am not allowed to evolve them at any point during the challenge. Second, I can't use any glitches or exploits to help me progress through the game. And finally, I can't use any items in battle except for held items. Also, a bonus rule this time, I'm not going to use any TMs or TRs just to add a little bit of difficulty. With that out of the way, I begin the challenge by choosing this dude this time, and we go with the name HZ. I choose Scorbunny as my initial starter before it gets dumped in the box, but I need to quickly beat Hop before I can trade over the real starters, the boys from Alola. A quick trip through the woods and we get spooked by some ghostly dog and I can bring in the eggs. After beating Hop for a second time and getting my endorsement from Leon, I release his starter that he gave me and hatch some new ones that Professor Kukui sent over from Alola for the ultimate disrespect. Thanks for the endorsement, Leon. Here they are, the boys and a girl have arrived. Let's quickly run through them. Up first, it's Larry. You know, he kinda just looks like a cat called Larry, no other reason. Second, let's meet Randy the Rowlet. And finally, to round out the trio, we have Wafer. Also, if you're wondering why, don't. With my team of 3 ready, I did a bit of leveling before leaving home at the age of 10 and never returning. Bye mum! As always, we have to pick up the half-eaten apple and give it to Randy to hold. Reaching Motorstoke, we obviously have to blow all our money on useless cosmetics because that's the most important thing in this game. Oh, and I made a new trainer card just for you lot. Here's the code if you want it. It's time to go sign up for the gym challenge, but first Leon stops us to give us an item for our Scorbunny to use. Little does this idiot know that Scorbunny was released ages ago. Keep up, Leon, I don't want your charity. Anyway, this charcoal will actually be good for Larry the cat to use instead, so here you go, Larry. It's definitely been long enough. Here is the first proper battle with the Alolan Starters against Hop. Usually this would be the second battle against Hop, but you don't unlock trading until a bit later, so I had to miss out the first one this time. I send out Wafer first and I use an Aqua Jet, which I really expected to do some more damage here. Following up, I use 2 water guns to take out the Wooloo. Next up is Grookey, so I switch into Larry and use a fire type move. 2 hits from Ember and we take the Grookey out. With just Rookidee left, I keep in Larry and finish the battle with 3 more hits from Ember. Making my way through Route 3 and reaching the Galar Mines, it's time for our first battle against Bede and his Psychic type team. I start by sending out Larry the cat as he has just recently learned Bite, which is very useful in this battle. I bite onto Solosis, taking it down low, and I follow up with a second hit to take it out. It's same easy again onto Gothita, but it doesn't do as much damage. Still a second hit and I'm able to take it out easy. Last up is Hatina, and goodbye, Bede sucks. Straight onto the first gym. I don't expect this to be much of a challenge using Larry again and its fire typing. After chasing some Wooloo, it's time to fight the grass leader, Voldemort himself. Like seriously, why doesn't Milo have a nose? Starting off with Larry, I use an Ember onto Gossifleur, taking off half its HP. A second Ember takes it out easily, just leaving Eldegoss. Obviously I keep Larry in and use a Dynamax here. Using Max Flare deals a third of its HP in damage, so yes, we go for another Max Flare, taking it extremely low. Eldegoss uses its own Max Strike, taking Larry down to 9 HP and lowering our speed, meaning the next turn it takes it out. I send in Randy and use a Peck to win us the battle against this noseless man, earning us the Grass type gym badge. No messing around here, I head straight to Route 5 and it's time to earn us a bike by saving this crazy fella in a mask. Still not sure why this is the guy that gives you a bike in this game, but whatever. It's time for Randy to school these Team Yell grunts and spamming Razor Leaf wins us the battle with ease. Onwards and upwards and it's straight to Hulbury to take on the second gym, but not before Hop can stop us for another battle. Wafer Biscuit is sent out against the Wooloo and 2 water guns seal the deal. Hop has evolved his Grookey into a Thwackey, so it's time to send out Larry the cat to bring in the heat. Surviving 2 embers barely, Hop uses a super potion. So I keep at it and Larry is taken out and Randy comes in with a peck to finish it off. With just Corvisquire left, I keep in Randy and use the newly learned Pluck to deal some damage, about a quarter HP. Using Pluck 2 more times and we win the battle. Now hopefully Hop will leave us alone for a bit so we can take on some gyms. Making it to Hulbury, it's time to take on the Water Gym. No one wants an autograph from a guy when you're stood with no trousers on, mate. Put on some clothes. Taking on Nessa and the Water type gym is Randy's time to shine with his Grass type. Up first is Goldeen and a Razor Leaf takes it out in 2 hits. Arrokuda is the second water Pokemon and I continue using Razor Leaf, but not before a bite causes Randy to flinch twice in a row, taking us to yellow health. Wow. 2 hits from Razor Leaf and we take it out. Even though Randy is on fairly low health, I keep him in against Dreadnought and go for a max Overgrowth. Unfortunately, I'm outsped but managed to barely survive on 3 HP, allowing me to use a max Overgrowth to take Dreadnought to low HP. We are taken out here obviously, but that doesn't matter as Wafer comes in and uses a Bubble Beam to win us the battle, earning the Water type gym badge. Moving along swiftly, we head into the next mine where we meet Bede, who loves hanging out there. Weirdo. Obviously he wants to battle, so let's show him who's boss. The same as in the last battle against Bede, I used Larry, so I have a dark type move to use. A bite onto Solosis and then we immediately get one hit KO'd by Psyshock. What? Luckily I have a backup as Randy has Shadow Sneak, which is also effective, and we take out the Solosis with just one hit. A Shadow Sneak and 2 Razor Leaves takes out the Kafita next, but Randy is left on fairly low HP, so I switch into Wafer. 2 hits from Bubble Beam and we take out Hatina, leaving just Ponyta left. Wafer finishes the battle with 2 more Bubble Beams to knock out the Ponyta. Have fun hanging in the mines, Bede, I'm off to the next gym. There isn't really anything else of interest in the mines apart from a double battle against Team Yell, so let's skip straight to Motorstoke and taking on the 3rd gym. But first we get stopped for our first battle against Marnie in the Budju Hotel. At this time I didn't really have anything effective against a dark type team, but I remembered that 2 of the 3 Pokemon in the fight were fighting types, so I sent in Randy first. Using Pluck destroys the Kogunk in 1 hit. I went for the same again onto Scraggy and another Pluck takes it out easily. Morpeko is the final Pokemon and Randy goes for the triple, taking it out with just 3 hits from Razor Leaf to win us the battle. Look at Morpeko, it seems so happy to have just lost. Stupid fake Pikachu Pokemon. Finally, with all the distractions out the way, let's head to the Fire Gym. Oh no, it's Hop, turn around, turn around! Now finally, with all of the distractions out the way, let's... Oh no, there he is again, I'm just gonna leave. Wait, how did he even get there? We literally saw him walk away 2 seconds ago. I'm so confused. It's gym time. Again, as we have all 3 of the starter typings, heading into the Fire Gym should be easy enough for my crispy, often sweet, very flat, thin, light and dry crispy bread often used to decorate. With Ninetales sent out first here, I expect to get burnt, as that's usually what happens in all my other challenge runs, which allows me to get a Bubble Beam off without taking any damage. A second Bubble Beam and we take it out without losing too much HP, and I switch into Larry to fight the Arcanine. I use Fake Out to stall 1 turn before going for a bite. The Arcanine goes for the same, causing us to flinch. On the second time it lands, but it does barely any damage, so when Larry's knocked out I just send Wafer back in. First turn we get flinched, but next we manage to use Bubble Beam. Wait, what? How? These flinches pretty much cause us to lose the battle. I barely managed to take out the Arcanine before I get knocked out by the Centiskorch. Let's try that again. I'm so tilted after that. This time I send in Randy first to take the burn and do a bit of damage with Pluck. Randy gets taken out, but this is enough for Wafer to come in and finish it off with a Bubble Beam. I'm not messing around this time and I go for a Dynamax against Arcanine, and a Max Geyser takes it out in 1 hit. With just Centiskorch left, I went for another Max Geyser, dealing half HP in damage. Wafer gets taken out, but I stall out the Gigantamax, allowing Larry the Cat to come in and win the battle with a few bites. For some reason that battle is always difficult for me in challenge runs. Regardless, we earn the Fire Badge and continue forward to Hammerlock on the way to the 4th gym. Reaching Hammerlock, we meet the chairman again in his undercover underwear. Seriously? I spam through some more story before heading towards Route 6. I send out Larry to deal with some Team Yell grunts before we head up to Stoneside for the 4th gym. But first, we have another battle against Hop. Cramorant is sent out first and I send in Randy to use a Leaf Blade, dealing significant damage. Following up with a second Leaf Blade, we take it out. I keep Randy in against Toxel and use Synthesis to regain some of my lost HP. Toxel has such low stats and bad moves, so a super effective move does barely any damage, allowing Randy to take it out with 2 Sucker Punches. With Thwackeyamp next, we switch into Larry and use a super effective fire type move. 1 Flamethrower destroys it, taking it down with just 1 move. Switching into Wafer Biscuit, we finish the battle off with a Bubble Beam, putting Hop in his place. It's time for the 4th gym where we take on Alistair and his team of ghost type Pokemon. As Larry the Litten still has Bite, I decide to send him in first for some super effective hits. Using Bite onto Yamask does just over half HP in damage, and when it steals the ability Intimidate, the next attack would do even less, so I go for a special attacking Flamethrower, which with Stab takes it out. Hydro Pump actually does barely any damage onto Cursula, so 2 powerful hits from Hex take out Wafer. Sending out Randy to use Brave Bird takes it out. Again, to save Litten as long as possible, I keep out Randy and use a Leaf Blade onto Mimikyu, taking off its disguise. I keep using moves to whittle down its HP, but Baby Doll Eyes makes his moves a lot less powerful, leaving it on low HP before Randy gets taken out. Just Gengar remains and I go straight for a Max Darkness, dealing just over half HP in damage. And with the return Max Darkness from Gengar dealing very little damage, I'm able to finally use my Max Darkness to knock it out and win the battle, earning the 4th gym badge. As always, Beat goes on a rampage saying he wants to destroy everything in sight. Which to be honest, I'd rather he wouldn't, so let's stop him with a battle. With Bede still using his Psychic team, Bite is going to be effective again here, so we send out Litten first. 2 super effective hits and we take out the Duosian. Bite and then a Flamethrower takes out Gofferita, and then I switch into Randy with Larry on low HP. Hattrem is sent out next and a lucky critical hit with Brave Bird takes it out in just 1 hit, leaving just the Ponyta left. With the Brave Bird being so effective before, I try my luck for a second onto Ponyta, taking it into red HP. I expect a potion here again, but instead Bede uses agility. Why? Anyway, the next Brave Bird takes it out, winning us the battle. While I had Bede distracted, Sonia was able to call the police who come and arrest Bede before his mad destruction spree can go on. After a bit more story gibberish, it's time to get back to the gym challenge. Quickly speeding through the Glimwood Tangle, we make it to the 5th gym battle. As always, this old woman stands no chance, especially when she gives out free stat boosts to me and the boys. Leading with Larry, I start with 2 Flamethrowers to take out the Weezing. Togekiss is the next Pokemon, so I switch to my blue boy to use an Ice type move. An Icy Wind does barely any damage, but is able to lower Togekiss's speed before Popplio is taken out. Sending back in Larry, I use a Fake Out before Dynamaxing and using a Max Flare to almost take out the Togekiss. An Ancient Flower does a bit of damage to Litten, and then another Max Flare is able to take it out. Keeping Larry in for the final turn of Dynamax, I go for one last Max Flare onto Mawile, which is able to take it out in 1 hit. Just the Gigantamax Alchemy remains, and with one final question boosting Larry's special attack, we go for a Flamethrower to do as much damage as possible before being taken out. Larry is able to tank a G-Max Finale, which I expected would knock it out easily, allowing for one more Flamethrower to win us the battle. That's the 5th gym badge under our belt. It's now time to head back to Hammerlock on our journey to Sirchester. Oh no, it's Hop. Do you think he saw me? I'm just going to walk away and hope he doesn't follow. Well, instead of following me, he goes to guard the bridge, so I can't make it to the next gym without a battle. If you want a battle, then sure, me and the boys can beat you no problem. Larry leads the charge and a super effective Flamethrower takes out Trevenant with just 1 hit. Easy peasy. But then with Snorlax up next, I need someone who is bulky, so I switch into Randy so I can use Synthesis to restore any HP lost. Brave Bird takes off about half HP, so I go for a Synthesis to restore my lost HP. With Snorlax stockpiling, 2 more Brave Birds and we take it out. The Fire type Heatmore is Hop's next Pokemon, so I switch into Wafer for a Hydro Pump to knock it out in 1 hit. Rillaboom means another switch into Litten and a Flamethrower takes it to low HP and then the burn knocks it out. Wow, actually having good type coverage does make this game pretty easy. Who would have known? With just Boltund remaining and no super effective moves, I keep in Larry and use a Flamethrower to take it to low. Howl forces a switch and 2 Leaf Blades win us the battle. Thanks for another easy one, Hop. Keeping up the pace, I rush through Route 8 and it's time to take on the 6th gym in Sirchester. For all the people who called it out in the last challenge, yes, I did say that it was Sword by mistake when it was actually Shield. So let's take on the Ice Gym in Shield. I said it right this time. Because this is the Ice Gym, obviously it's time for Larry to shine. Using Flamethrower destroys the first 2 Pokemon in 1 hit each, which are Frostmoth and Darmanitan, and then Ice-Q takes 2 hits to take it out, leaving just the G-Max Lapras left. I switch into Randy for the Stab super effective Grass move, even though it's 4 times weak to Ice, and go for a Max Overgrow. We get outsped, so it's bye bye Randy. Whoops. This leads to my 2 other Pokemon getting swept and losing my first battle. It all seems so easy. Going for the same again, I beat the first 3 Pokemon with ease using Flamethrower. This time I keep Larry in and go for a Max Knuckle, which doesn't do as much damage as I expected. Luckily, Larry survives the Max Geyser on 4 HP, allowing me to use a second attack. This time I use Max Flare, taking off 2/3 of Lapis's HP. Sending in Wafer next, I spam my way to victory with Moonblast, slowly taking it out and winning us the battle. It's funny that this is where we have our first loss because I usually wipe straight through this gym. Before we can move on to the 7th gym, let's meet Hop at the Hero's Bath for another battle. Again, I start off with a fake out onto Dubwool, causing it to flinch. Then I follow up with 2 flamethrowers to take it out. Switching to Randy to fight Pincurchin, next we take it out with just 2 Leaf Blades. Corviknight is out and it takes just 1 flamethrower to destroy it. With Snorlax out, using flamethrower causes a burn. I decide to go for another flamethrower, taking Snorlax to half HP before Larry is taken out by the hail. Sending in Wafer, a Hydro Pump takes Snorlax to low, allowing the hail and burn to knock it out, leaving just Rillaboom left. Randy comes in with a Brave Bird, which isn't able to take Rillaboom out but leaves it on red HP. I expect a potion here, so I went for another Brave Bird, but Rillaboom actually attacks, but Randy being the boss he is, he tanks it with just 4 HP left, allowing the Brave Bird to win us the battle. Thankfully that's enough from Hop, and we don't have to battle him again now until the League. Straight onwards to Spikemuth. We ain't messing around, but this lovely guy wants to give us some balloons for our bike. Thanks, guess. We make it to Spikemuth, the town that literally just has a garage door as the front entrance. But before we can enter, Marnie wants a battle. Larry is up first for the cat versus cat battle. I start off with a fake out and then use double kick to take it low. Marnie pulls out a potion to delay the inevitable, but we take it out with a few more attacks. A Swagger gives Randy a boosted attack, allowing Toxicroak to be taken out in just 1 hit from Brave Bird. Another fighting type and we keep Randy in, who hurts himself in confusion before getting taken to red HP. It's your last chance, Randy, and luckily the attack lands this time and Randy sacrifices itself to take out the Scrafty. Hashtag rip Randy in the comments for that one. Poor guy. Just more Pekko remains and Larry comes in to avenge his brother with 2 attacks to win the battle. Hashtag rip Randy, man. This is so sad, can we hit 4 likes? Heading into the Long Corridor City, we are ready to take on Piers. Starting with Wafer, a fake out causes us to flinch, but next turn a Moonblast takes out the Scrafty in just 1 hit. I keep in Wafer and another super effective hit from Moonblast takes off half HP. Going for the second hit, we are outsped and taken out by a Psycho Cut. Larry is sent in and a fake out and then Flamethrower take it out. With Obstagoon up next, I keep Larry out to use a 4-time super effective double kick, which does barely any damage. So I use a Flamethrower to take off 1/3 of his HP before Larry's taken out. It's all down to Randy for the 1v2, and to finish off we use Brave Bird before surviving on 1 HP from a Throat Chop. A Leaf Blade finishes it off, but 1 HP we need to use Synthesis. Unfortunately, Skuntank of all Pokemon outspeeds us and we lose the battle. Before a second attempt I head to Balonlee to get the Eviolite and we try again. With the same Moonblast start, Wafer takes out the Scrafty no problem. The follow-up Moonblast onto Malamar deals 2/3 HP, but this time Wafer barely survives and we get the second Moonblast off to take it out. I try my luck with the low HP Wafer, but the Biscuit is too slow and we get taken out by Obstagoon. Starting with a Brave Bird, we are blocked by an Obstruct, but we land the follow-up. I predicted another Obstruct, so I heal with Synthesis before using another Leaf Blade. It's a back and forth battle, but I finally come out on top and take it out. I switch into Litten to fight Skuntank to remove any stat changes. I start with Fake Out and then Flamethrower does some serious damage and a follow-up move takes it out. That battle actually ended up being pretty hard and I was not expecting that. Anyway, with the 7th gym badge under our belt, it's back to Hammerlock for the final gym. But that's not before Chairman Rose decides he wants to blow up some stuff. 8th gym time, and this double battle is always a pain if I'm not careful. The battle starts with me sending out Wafer and Randy, and I use a Leaf Blade and a Moonblast onto Flygon to take it out as quick as possible and avoid any attack reductions from Breaking Swipe. I ignore the Gigalith and focus on Sandaconda to avoid any of my Pokemon getting paralysed by Glare. A Leaf Blade and a Hydro Pump take it out with ease. Rock Blast onto Randy takes it to yellow HP, but thankfully the main dangers are past now and any damage is a bonus before getting taken out. Randy is taken out and Larry is sent in, so it's time to start putting some hits into Duraludon. A Max Knuckle deals a good chunk of damage, but it isn't enough, and when I see a Max Rockfall I think it's all over. But Raihan is dumb and uses it on Wafer, allowing me to survive and use a Hydro Pump onto Gigalith. This turn with a boosted attack, the Max Knuckle does a decent amount of damage, taking Duraludon to yellow. Larry survives a Max Rockfall on low HP and it's all over for Raihan. A Max Knuckle and a Moonblast finish the battle. That looked like it was getting pretty dicey, but I managed to pull through and earn the final gym badge. No messing around, and me and the Alola boys can see the end in sight, so I rush straight through to Wyndon, ready to take on the Champions Cup. Yeah, we don't even talk about that Victory Road route anymore, it's pretty pathetic. I head straight to the stadium and we meet Marnie in round 1. Randy is the first to fight and a Brave Bird hits hard, knocking Liepard out in one hit. A Poison type is up next, so Randy gets taken out and we send in Larry. Starting with a Fake Out and then using Flamethrower, we take the next Pokemon out in one hit. Wafer is out next and a super effective Moonblast destroys Scrafty in one hit again. 2 Max Starfalls and we take out the Gigantamax Grimmsnarl easily to win the battle. I was probably a bit over leveled, but that was pretty funny wiping them all in one hit. Round 2 and it's time to beat Hop for one last time. Sending out Larry first, I use Double being the first Pokemon as a chance to boost Larry's stats. I start with the Dynamax Max Knuckle, boosting the attack stat and dealing some good damage to Double. Another Max Knuckle and we take it out. Snorlax is sent out next, which is pretty lucky as we can now use our 2x boosted Max Knuckle to deal a lot of damage. Hop uses a potion, but with a super boosted double kick we take it right back to red in one move. One more double kick and we take it out. With Pincurchin next, 2 boosted attack bites take it out easily. Just Corviknight and Rillaboom remain, so keeping Larry in to use a fire move will make this a breeze. One Flamethrower takes out Corviknight and in a second does some good damage before Larry is taken out by a Max Quake. Bringing in Randy finishes it with a Brave Bird to beat Hop. Now for half an hour of story and fighting steel types that no one cares about, and we make it to the fight against Oleana. A Flamethrower from Larry takes out Frostless to start things off. It's Randy's turn when Milotic is sent out and a Leaf Blade deals some serious damage, but a second is required to take it out even with a recover from Milotic. Salazzle is no problem from Wafer and one Hydro Pump takes it out. Track stops Randy from using a Brave Bird, but my boy isn't fooled that easily, and next turn it lands and we take out T-Serena. G-Max Scarvador is left and I don't have any super effective moves here, so I switch into Wafer and try a Max Geyser which deals half HP. A second one and we take it out to win the battle. Chairman Rose tells Leon his plan to blow up Galar. I don't know why no one stopped this guy sooner. If Leon says it's okay, it must be, right? Ignoring everything that's just happened, we go straight back to the gym challenge. Leon pokes me in the face and it's now time to take on the gym leaders. Up first is Bede? Wait, you shouldn't even be here. I thought you were in jail, how did you even get past security? Oh well, I guess I can beat you one last time. Larry starts off with a Flamethrower, sending Mawile to the Shadow Realm. Then I switch to Wafer and use a Hydro Pump on the Gardevoir. One more and we take it out, or not. Just lose Bede, you're wasting my time here. Don't worry, the next Hydro Pump does the trick with a critical hit. Might as well give everyone a go, so I sent in Randy to fight the Rapidash. 2 Brave Birds and it's gone. Just Hatteran left and 2 Max Flares and we take it out with ease. Thanks Larry. To be honest, you should have just stayed in jail, Bede. That was pretty embarrassing. Straight back to the pitch and we are against Nessa. Starting off with a Brave Bird takes Gazillapod low and it emergency exits. Now it's time to sweep. I Dynamax and use Max Overgrowth taking out Barraskewda. Then 2 Max Airstreams boost Randy's speed against Pelipper and after 3 heals we finally take it out with a Leaf Blade. Seeking is immediately taken out with a Leaf Blade, and then Gazillapod falls to another, leaving just Dreadnought. Even though Randy is low HP, I keep him in with the boosted speed and use a Leaf Blade to take Dreadnought low. Randy is taken out, but Wafer comes in to finish the job with a Hydro Pump. Time for Alistair. Sending out Randy first, a Sucker Punch and a Brave Bird take Dusknoir low, causing a full restore. 3 more Leaf Blades and we take it out with Randy left on half HP. We miss the first Hydro Pump but follow up to take it out with one hit. I send in Randy and a Sucker Punch gets priority and does some good damage, so I follow up with a second to take it out. With Randy on low HP, I switch to Larry and Dynamax against Cursula. A Max Darkness takes it out in just one hit. Gengar is last, which could be a bit of trouble, but with 2 turns of Dynamax left, I survive a Max Terra and we take it out with 2 Max Darknesses. Raihan is the last gym leader, and as I have said in previous challenges, this single battle team is way easier than the double battle earlier. A Hydro Pump takes Torkoal to low HP before it uses a full restore. 2 Hyper Voices and we take it out. Hoping to use Icy Wind on Flygon, I keep Wafer in, but Flygon outspeeds us and kills us with a Dragon Claw. 2 hits from Randy's Brave Bird and we take it out. This Turtonator seems to use Shell Trap every time, so I get 2 heals in with Synthesis before attacking with Brave Bird. We do some good damage, but Shell Trap is able to take Randy out in one hit. A Fake Out and a Max Knuckle from Larry is able to almost take it out, and a second Knuckle finishes it, giving us boosted double attack moving into Duraludon. The final Max Knuckle does some big damage against Duraludon and we barely survive a Max Rockfall, so I'll need to take out the Duraludon with one hit if I'm going to win. I decide to go for a double kick which barely beats it and we win the battle. That was way too close. After this battle I head to get Flamethrower switched for Flare Blitz. The reason I avoided using it so far is because of the recoil and no easy way to heal up Litten. Heading onto the pitch is our final battle against Leon. But surprise, Chairman Rose reveals that he wants to blow up Galar on the big screen. The chairman demonstrates the first explosive inside of the arena. To be honest, I'm not so sure this is a good idea anymore. Let's go ask him to stop. The chairman is a nice guy, we all know that, and he's very understanding of my concern with the explosions. He agrees that if I beat him in a battle he will stop. I accidentally sent in Wafer first, which leads to us getting destroyed by a critical hit Megahorn. I send in Larry to finish the job with a Flare Blitz. A second attack KOs Klinklang in one hit, and to avoid any more recoil I decide to Dynamax and use a Max Flare taking out Ferrothorn. Then the same again onto Berserker. A final Max Flare also one hits Copperaja and we win the battle very easily. Chairman Rose agrees to stop blowing up stuff and says I can have his legendary Pokemon Eternatus if I head to the roof. See, he is a nice guy. Now I already have so many Eternatus, so being a nice guy like the chairman, I'm gonna give it away. If you want a chance to win the Eternatus and Zamazenta from this playthrough, come and join my new Discord through the link in the description. Even if you don't want to enter the giveaway, come join my Discord anyway. I will probably be doing battles against viewers and other cool stuff soon, so make sure to come join. It's time to finish this with a final battle against Leon. Leading with Larry, a Flare Blitz immediately takes out the Aegislash. To deal with Haxorus, I switch over to Wafer and Dynamax. Using Max Starfall, I almost take it out, taking it super low, and a second Max Starfall finishes it. Dragapult is up and a Thunderbolt takes Wafer all the way down to 6 HP. Surviving barely, I use one more Max Starfall which does about the same damage to Dragapult. Leon uses a full restore so I'm able to use a Moonblast before being taken out. Sending in Randy and a priority move Sucker Punch finishes off the Dragapult. Mr. Rhyme is up and I switch into Larry using Fake Out first. Following up with a Flare Blitz, we take it out. It's back to Randy as Inteleon is the next Pokemon. A Dark Pulse causes us to flinch, missing the first Leaf Blade. Following up with 2 more Leaf Blades and we take it out. Just Charizard remains and I switch into Larry the Litten, but Charizard is too fast so we get taken out. Only Randy is left, so there's no way I can win this, right? Yeah, there isn't, we get knocked out. So close though on the first attempt. I gain a few more levels in each Pokemon and it's time to try again. Larry takes out Aegislash again in one hit. This time Max Starfall one hits both Haxorus and Dragapult, leaving me with one turn of Dynamax left. I choose to switch anyway and a Fake Out and Flare Blitz takes out Mr. Rhyme. Bringing in Randy, I get a lucky critical hit with Leaf Blade taking out Inteleon with no damage, which leaves just the Charizard left. I now need to try waste as many turns of Charizard's Gigantamax as I can before I bring in Wafer Biscuit Boy to use a Water move. I start with Larry who gets a Flare Blitz off before being taken out. Randy is sent in and I'm able to use a Sucker Punch to start off. And then luckily we survive a Max Rockfall barely, meaning that the third turn of Gigantamax must be used before I send Wafer in. Another Sucker Punch and then Rowlet is taken out. Just Wafer is left and Leon decides to throw the match using a Fire Blast, allowing Wafer to survive and use a Hydro Pump to finish the match. I'm not really sure why this happened, but we will take it. There we have it, me and the boys are the champions of Galar. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you want to join the giveaway for the legendaries, make sure to join the Discord in the link below. Make sure to tell me what challenges you want to see next time either in the comments or on Discord. With that, thank you so much for watching everyone, I will see you all in the next challenge video.